guys, welcome back to another episode of Ruth Rambles. Today is episode 2 and we are going to be touching upon sleep and feeling tired. And so it felt like quite a ramble today because I'm feeling quite tired. As you may remember or not, I mentioned last time how I ended up sleeping at like 9:30 p.m. and that was probably one of the earliest times I've slept when I'm not sick or whatever. Ooh, let me touch upon NyQuil in a bit. Anyways, it's currently around 9:05 p.m. and I will say I'm feeling quite eepy. I mean, I do need to sleep because I do have to wake up at around 6:50 a.m. or so, which definitely I think, adds on to getting tired, being sleepy at such an early time. But I also have a terrible time keeping up with a consistent and good sleep schedule. I mean, it's always a constant goal of mine to have a good sleep schedule, but I can't help it. I feel like I'm a night owl by nature, because I don't know, I feel like I've had sleeping issues, quotation mark issues, because they're just doesn't everyone go through sleeping issues? I don't know if I would say I have insomnia. Maybe there are instances where I truly, really can't sleep. I mean, there have been times, and recently too, where I can't sleep because I just keep having thoughts in my head, and the thoughts keep going and going, and I just think about scenarios and whatnot, and that's generally more towards when I'm anxious about something, or sometimes I just can't stop thinking and it keeps me up at night. Anyways, so I would say that's one thing that kind of leads me to staying up at night, being tired. And then so to kind of avoid / run away from having to keep up with those nighttime thoughts, I just hop on my phone and then I'm just scrolling, and that's one of my other problems. That'll probably be a continuous enduring issue. An enduring issue throughout these rambles is my phone addiction, I would say. I seriously can't not have my phone on me. Even just for I think it's just good to have it on you for emergencies too. But I feel like it's a bit embarrassing to say this, but I truly don't know if I can live without my phone. Anyways, sleeping, yeah. So my phone keeps me up at night, and sometimes I can't even just help but be on it because I also have this issue, quotation marks, of not sleeping early because I don't want the next day to start or all my responsibilities to start. If I'm stressed about a class or something, I stay up because it gives me more time to myself, instead of me just sleeping and then I'm awake and having to start the day again, which we'll see if I do that tonight. But tomorrow shouldn't be too bad. I just have work and then 3 classes, and then I have to spend the rest of the day working on assignments. I feel like it's just it's only been about 3 weeks since my second year started, but it's been a constant work, school, work, sleep, wake up, repeat. Trust me, I am having fun, having lots of fun. It's a privilege to be here. But yeah, sometimes I think I've read about it somewhere where avoidance sleeping, procrastination, night sleepers, something along those lines, where you just kind of put off sleeping, which is crazy to think about because sleeping is one of my favorite things to do. I am a big napper, actually. I have met a couple people who don't really like naps, or naps don't do it for them, but personally I am all for naps. And sometimes you have to think about what counts as a nap. Is it less than an hour? and between an hour and 2 hours, 2 to 3, or 0 to 3 hours, 0 to 4. What is the line between napping and sleeping? Or are they just the same thing? Personally, I think napping is napping. Like, if I want to say I'm taking a nap, it means I'm taking a nap. I have taken naps at like 7 p.m. just to wake up at like 8 or 9 p.m. and then, be up a bit, but then fall back to sleep, but like for a sleep. But anyways, yeah, naps are like the gold mine. I personally love taking naps. It's probably one of my favorite hobbies, though I've also been in discussions where napping is not a hobby. You can take that to the court. Well, personally, I think it's a nice leisure activity, so I guess it's not a hobby, but it could be. But yeah, I feel like there are also times like naps are, I guess, generally more thought of to be taken during the afternoon. Maybe like a good nap is like what? A primetime nap is like primetime nap time. Primetime nap time, I would say, is like between 2:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. Like, well, I would say if you fall asleep at 2:30 p.m., that's prime time. But then if you fall asleep at 4 p.m., that kind of deviates into like, that's getting into a late nap time. But there have been times where I wake up early. Let's say I wake up at like 8 a.m. or something, but then like I start towing the line of like, wow, I want to take a nap right now at like 11 a.m. and so I do take a nap. Even though 11 a.m. is still kind of early, but like it's not that early. I would say taking a nap at like anything before 11 a.m. I think is quite not nap, but like then again, well, are there even rules to napping? A nap is just like what, a short sleep you take. If you label it as a nap, then no one can stop you from saying it's a nap. But yeah, there's that. So, but yeah, no, naps are great. I feel like a lot of people around me take naps. I grew up like my family, takes naps all the time. Like, there's always one of us sleeping or taking a nap during the day, every day at some point. Like, I feel like it's just like such a great activity. But yes, napping during college, I feel like is a great way to catch up on sleep. But also, the way sometimes, like, I used to think of it as like, if I sleep like 5 hours, I feel guilty about that, by the way. But if I sleep like 5 hours and then I take a nap later that day for like an hour or 2 hours, it adds on to the 5 hours. So then I technically took 7 hours, right? Yeah, or 6 or 7 hours. And so that makes me feel better. But yeah, so I feel guilty, like when I'm staying up, like there's a certain point where I stay up and I'm fine, but then I stay up a bit too late and then I get a little amount of sleep and then I feel guilty about that, and that makes it harder to fall asleep. And usually when there's only if I calculate it and there's only like 6 or 5 or less hours I'll get of sleeping, then I start to feel guilty about that. Yeah, then it makes it harder for me to sleep, which is like pretty counterintuitive, because if I want to sleep, I should just fall asleep, but sometimes I just can't sleep. And so I hope this rambling actually like tires me out even more so that I can sleep right away, because I think the best kinds of sleep are when you're like feeling super tired, super fatigued, super sleepy, and then like you finally get to lay in bed in your PJs with the fan hitting you and you just fall asleep. I'm gonna pocket this idea. Fan. Shoot, there's a topic I was rambling about earlier or wanted to touch upon, but I forgot. Oh well, we'll see when I'm editing this. I can ramble about it in the next episode. But anyways, yeah, I forget things easily. Anyways, I was talking about sleeping and finally the best kind of sleep. Yeah, and then you hit the bed and then like you're kind of like dreamy, sleepy state, and then you finally go to sleep. And then you wake up feeling refreshed. Like that's the best way. Like you know that sleep actually hit. But then there are instances where your body is just so tired. Like even your mind can be tired too. Like one of those or both of those, and you're just tired. And then you go to bed, get ready to sleep because like wow, I'm so tired. I'm really just gonna fall asleep like this. But then you try to sleep, but you can't because for some reason, some part of you is keeping yourself up. I have suffered that quite a bit before where I just can't sleep no matter how sleepy I feel, which is terrible. Terrible. I don't even understand the human body, but that reminds me of, I feel like I have a good inner human alarm clock because my body, like if I need to wake up at some point, or like I have this little routine of where I have to wake up early, I generally wake up early. Like even last semester where like, I think I would wake up at like, 7 a.m.? Like even if I don't have an alarm or it's the weekend, I wake up quite early, even though I want to sleep in. But a lot of the times I wake up, it's because my stomach hurts and I have to use the toilet. But yeah, that I still wake up super early somehow. Like it's kind of been ingrained in me. But that leads me on to a topic of back more during my sleeping schedule during like high school and middle school days. My sleeping schedule during that time was terrible. That's probably why I didn't grow that much. Because I honestly don't know how I survived off of there were a lot of times where I got 4 hours of sleep each night during high school. I don't know how I functioned because I need my sleep. I'm trying to shoot for at least 8 hours and I just functioned off of 4? There was a time I also just slept on the couch so I could, I guess, wish my brother bye when he goes off to school, or I want to wake up and be ready by then. There's also a time, I think in middle school, where I'd have to drink a cup of water each morning because I'd be gagging because I was so nervous. That was crazy. Anyways, I got over that, thankfully. But yeah, no, my sleep schedule during middle school and high school was way worse than my sleep schedule now. And my sleep schedule during summer, I pretty much got enough sleep. I got a lot of sleep, but then I'd be staying up really, probably the latest I've stayed up till might be 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. But that could be towing the line, because I do remember distinctly at least 4 a.m. Towing the line of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. But those were crazy times. I mostly did it a lot during my past summers, and this past summer I think I did stay up to 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. between the two. But even then, I haven't been staying up that late. I think that's a bit too much for me. Even now, could be getting old, I guess. I know some people who have to sleep by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And yeah, that's that low-key might start becoming me, because the sleep schedule I want to get now is be in bed at the latest by 10 p.m. Sleep in by then or be asleep by then. But then I think my ultimate goal would be it'd be nice if I was fully asleep by 9:30. But we'd have to see about that, because currently I'm not really doing that right now, but I am just trying to be in bed and off my phone by 10 p.m. So we're gonna shoot for that goal tonight. But yeah. I guess sleep. I feel there's, oh yes, I wanted to talk about dreams and nightmares. So I am a pretty prominent dreamer. Guess I do have nightmares too, but kind of like, unless they're like really nightmarish, kind of everything just mostly falls into the dream category. Because one of my most prominent dreams when I was in high school was waking up late for the school bus, and the school bus would pass by, and then like I'd have to like I'd be trying to get ready in time, dressed and all that, but then, like the bus like would just keep on going because I wasn't out there, waiting at my bus stop. So I feel like I had that dream like at least 20 times, which may not seem a lot across 4 years, or even like 6 years if you include middle school. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember much before COVID. I don't know. I feel like my memory is really bad, but that will be for another topic. Anyway, sleeping, dreams. I think dreams are really fascinating. I used to have like a dream journal, but like not really a journal, because I would write it all in my notes app, but then I deleted them all. For some reason, I go through these phases of like deleting things or archiving things for a fresh start. I feel like that can be another thing to dive into. But anyways, dreams and nightmares. So I honestly feel like a lot of dreams, if not all, are just other universes. Like multi-universe. I do think the multi-universe theory is real. I do think aliens are real. But the multi-universe theory, like where there's multiple universes, I think that is so real. Because I feel like I'm living all these different lives in these dreams. Like some of these dreams are like showcasing what I would be going through the next day. Like if I had a class tomorrow, my dream would be about that class, but like it would like go off a tangency, which I know wouldn't happen in like this current real life, but like it happens, or like an occasion happens then, like which could like also be realistic too in a sense, but like I also know like wouldn't happen here. And so like it just feels like I'm living another life, or like I'm seeing another me's life in that universe. And like that's something I highly believe in, because like these dreams just sometimes feel like gateways to other universes. But also there are also dreams like where I think is completely unrealistic, or like doesn't even have to do anything with me. Can't really remember those, which I think is crazy, because this morning I had a dream that like when I woke up it made me feel weird. A lot of times when I dream, I wake up and like it makes me feel like weird or something, but then like a lot of the instances I don't even remember what I was dreaming about, which is terrible, because like I was just dreaming about that. And then for nightmares, I don't know, I guess like it's worst case scenario nightmares are like when I like do something bad, criminal in my dreams, and then like I'm like in huge trouble, and like nothing can get me out of it in that dream. But then I wake up feeling so relieved, like that it was all a dream and it wasn't real. I think those are like, those dreams like have my heart racing and like, whew, thank goodness that wasn't real. But those dreams I like are generally like, I don't know, I guess chiller ones, like happier ones. Like I guess I do enjoy the different universe dreams. In my opinion, different universes. Like makes me think of the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. I love movies. Anyways, like I don't know, dreams, like who knows if I might be dreaming, like also it's not a guarantee like I will be dreaming tonight, because sometimes I don't dream, but like I like sleeps where I do dream compared to sleeps where I don't dream, and like just kind of sleep and then I wake up and like it's my actually a very, very light sleeper. Very, very light. Like, I can pretty much wake up to anything. I know a lot of people who are heavy sleepers who really can't wake up to their own alarms or anything, which I think is shocking, because how can you not wake up to your own alarm? Much love to them though. But yeah, I just like hear something, even like a door opening or whatever, and I wake up. Like, as soon as my alarm goes off, I wake up. But that doesn't mean I'm always like energetic and ready to go to take on the day. Sometimes I like snooze it or like fall back asleep. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a light sleeper. I dream a lot. Usually very vivid and somewhat realistic dreams. And I'm feeling pretty tired right now. Got another long day ahead of me tomorrow, but I just think having hard, long days just means you get to hopefully, hypothetically, sleep better. Because then, you know, you're working hard, you feel more tired, and now you gotta rest, you know? But yeah, here's to hoping I get at least 7 hours of sleep tonight. We will shoot for that goal. But thanks for tuning in, guys, to Ruth Rambles, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace!